We are live. We have Bananas in chat from Soundwave Hope. And Chef Poker Crafter, and most of the other people are just saying hi. Well, welcome everyone. We're starting this one a little bit earlier just because I don't really have anything else to do. I've timed my morning well, and I'm sitting here with 15 minutes before we're supposed to start streaming. And I thought, well, we could just do a longer stream than usual, right? Now, here's what we're going to start off by doing today. We're going to connect this path. Can you see how there's an intended path from our game over here through this area? Well, we're going to connect that thing up. One thing I will say is the paths over here were made out of the same material that this is, which could be slightly confusing, but we've got this border on the edge here, so we're going to rip out the stone and create a path. We're going to use the stone to create stone bricks and create stairs with that, so getting straight into it today, right? We've got our first subscription. It's DK Diamond LT. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate your support. Hope you're entertained. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. You know, hardly done anything. Oh yeah, I got those. I kind of need a chest to put them in, right? What are we doing here? Oh, we're just going to pick it back up. But I would like the chest, please. There we go. Where should I put this? For now, I think I'm just going to, like, leave it somewhere around here. And, I don't know where I want to put these books. I'm just going to put it here, and that'll do. That will do just fine. That'll do just dandy. Tangle Tech. Very original name right there. Definitely not similar to some hermit that plays on this server. Thank you for your kind message. Appreciate it. Okay, the materials that I need. This is now my shulker box chest monster area thing. All right, that's going to happen now. Obviously. Yeah, sweet. Oh no, wait, they're the right material. We should do it like this. Very good, very good. Oh, I'm loving this ambient music. It's nice, airy ambient music. I was picking out some C418 and I was thinking, when am I going to get around to doing that research and finding some more artists to listen to? You know, not that listening to C418 isn't an absolute pleasure, but we need more variety. And I noticed that I hardly ever pick this record, DF, or however it's said to play. And I listened to it a while back, and I love, at the moment, I'm really into this kind of like airy ambience. Been listening to a lot of Steve Roach, which really puts me in a good like state of mind. Just makes you feel so like easy going. At least that's my experience with ambient music. Right, gonna clear out. Oh, I love the bone block sound. It's so good, right? We got Official Jaden gifting a sub to Rhino MC and Anderzone gifting a sub to Verena von Herzen. Thank you for supporting our community with those gifted subs. I appreciate it. Did Doc stream yesterday, says Bradders. Yes, he did. He did indeed, and he had a big announcement, but I think you should hear it from his own words, so to speak. Also, I don't know if Doc doesn't put his VODs on YouTube, does he? You know what he could do? He could put them on. He's probably left it on Twitch, right? So you could probably go watch his stream again on Twitch. So if you want to know his announcement, it's in like the first 10 minutes of his stream, which I was watching, by the way. I had that on my telly while I was working out. I thought about it, and I thought, I bet my iPad can cast to my Chromecast, and it can from the Twitch app. So I put it on the big telly, and apparently I subscribed, which was really strange because I didn't subscribe. But halfway through his stream, I was watching it, and it was like, assume it's subscribed, and I was like, no, I didn't. Because I hardly ever use Twitch for anything other than streaming, so I'm not like hooked up. I don't have my wallet integrated into it, so to speak. So I don't do things like subscriptions. So yeah, anyway, that was confusing. We got Het P123 with the Prime. Thank you so much, Het P. Appreciate it. It's up on Twitch, but it's part of muted for copyright for some reason, says Alpin Glow Up. Yeah, well, the copyrighted bits will get muted. However, Doc was aware of the copyright issues, and I know playing music was a big part of his stream. He talked about that. So I'm assuming he didn't play music in his stream, right? If he decided to in the end, then that makes sense why it's muted. But if not, it might be a sign of the aggression of which DCMAs are being used, because from YouTube we know that they get used heavy-handedly and end up, you know, you get claims on the most ridiculous stuff. I've got an unbelievable amount of claims, right? Some are from the classic bait and switch. Oh yeah, you can use my music, and then later on change the license agreement. That's happened. Then there's just stuff that not even sounds vaguely similar sometimes, just completely false claim, but trying to dispute it is a pain in the bum and kind of risky, so they tend to get away with it. Anyway, that what I'm saying is that kind of activity might be now arriving on Twitch, you know. Fraudulent claims and abuse of power. Kind of need a fair bit more of this to go away, don't I? Let's come to this bit here and just dig it down to this line. Expect to see a review of Logic's No Pressure on your blog, says Dams was taken. That's actually what I plan on writing about next. I haven't even listened to it yet, though. I'm listening to a few records. I've been listening to Bathory and getting so excited about what's to come, because what I remember of Bathory is that the first two records are kind of like old and primitive, and then all of a sudden it starts getting real good, like classic black metal, and like then all of a sudden the music gets really anthemic, and then he literally creates Viking metal, and I'm so stoked to go through all of those records. But right now I thought, now let's listen to Logic's new record. It's supposed to be his last. I've got a feeling it won't be. I think he's genuinely intending probably to retire, but he'll probably find like an artist like him. I don't think he'll last long. I think he'll be like, it's like going cold turkey, you know? He'll be back. Raymai, thanks for the nice message. Dude, just keep playing Minecraft, man. Just keep working on your level. I like the way you put that. Just keep leveling up, keep playing the game, keep figuring stuff out. Hey X, when will you be releasing your next episode, says Dan Infinity. Great question. Today is the answer. Today is the day the next episode comes out. So we're going to avoid spoilers again because, yeah, spoilers. So to get up there, we need to kind of outlane. What words are in my head right now? We need to create a path. There you go. That sounds reasonable. Like the outline of a path, I think is what I was thinking of. Man, these sentences, you know, they're morning voice sentences. Joe spoiled a little. Joe. Oh, I don't mind. Hobo Jazz with the Prime, Rabs 19-0, and official Jaden with Cheers on Bit saying, hey X, you sound a bit confused about your sub to Doc. That was me. I gifted you a sub to Doc. Oh, thank you, Jaden. Appreciate that. It didn't say that though. That's what's weird. Like, I went and looked at the app immediately, and it said nothing about being gifted. I just had the subscription, and it said that I had subscribed. That's why I was so confused, because I thought, you know, gifted subs are a thing, but Twitch didn't say anything about a gifted sub, so I guess Twitch was being twitchy, right? Which it does, you know. Some people call me a derp, sometimes Twitch derps, alright? Don't forget about that. Everybody derps sometimes. Okay. So the other place we're going to have steps is here. So I was kind of thinking, it's grey. It's probably the most suitable thing for the path to fit in. So from here, we kind of want to get it, like, I always like getting an even amount of steps, right? Well, we'll use this material temporarily. So we got 1, then we got 2, and we got 3. I reckon we need at least 4. We come back here and we go 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves us at this height, which is actually the same, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So now we know the number. Actually, that's the distance. That's literally the distance. Unless we want to go one less. I know what we're going to do. We're going to have that gap, and we're going to start the stairs there. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. Flea Wolf is here for 3 months saying, what are all the mods you use? Well, I got a new mod, the Cheaty Zoom Key mod. Hi. I tried using Sodium, but it's got some rendering issues, so I'm waiting until those get fixed. What else do I use? Shulkerbox Viewer. And that's about it. World Edit. And that's about it. Asuma, how did you get all the heads in the Wandering Trader pack? I assume you didn't spend 5,000 plus on accounts. I mean, that sounds to me like a collectionist money spending joke, but also possibly some sort of thinking that Wandering Traders are linked to accounts in some way. If you watch my episodes of Hermitcraft, they explain all I'm doing to get the Wandering Trader heads. Perhaps you're just coming from someone else's channel. Like, how did X get all of those? It's all explained. I do that when I make videos. I tend to show you the ins and outs of what I'm doing. This question, Asuma, why didn't you show this build upgrade in the last episode, says Ashpity. Probably because I wasn't over here last episode, right? I mean, I'm recording the episode at the moment that you'll watch after the one that comes out today. Okay, so that'll do. That'll do for our template to get up here, I think. We're obviously going to change out some materials. Let's go take a look at what Tango and Ether have been doing. So, it looks like the shape is a bit loose, but it's not as random as you might think. There does seem to be like some alternating pillar design here. I think what we'll do is we'll take inspiration from their pillars. Oh yeah, I've got to use some of this basalt to lay down a path in a couple of spots. Might as well fill this back in, you know. Spent all that time mining it out. Let's put it back. Now we can put all of this facing downwards. Is this part of a time lapse, says Caleb Chess. I could have, you know, done that, but I didn't think of it, so no, it's not. Then we need the same thing again up here, right? And then we need some more of that. Some more of that. Asuma, what are your thoughts about a Chromebook? I don't really have a lot of thoughts about a Chromebook. I don't have one. I don't really feel the need to get one because I got a laptop, which I've been using a little bit more lately. When I write my music blogs, I now sit down and write. I feel like my standing desk is great, but I definitely need like 30 minutes to an hour of sitting a day. So I do that. Have you checked out folklore? Mixley, folklore is a very broad term. That could mean like a myriad of different cultures and things. Oh look, they use shroom lights underneath here. So if we're going to build a staircase that's worthy of their design, we're really going to have to put something into it. Hey look, this is what I was after actually, the polished basalt. I think we're going to have to steer a little bit from the path, you know, like kind of artistically interpretate. That's how I'll put it. It's an album. Oh, okay. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a bunch of albums called Folklore as well. Because, you know, it's kind of like a bit of an open term, right? Who made... Oh, is it Taylor Swift? I've never listened to a Taylor Swift song. When artists come from the world of pop music, or seem to be of that vein, I just naturally just don't check it out. It's not that I don't like pop music, I just kind of like have a knee-jerk reaction to just not check out pop music. But I like art pop, for example. And sometimes pop isn't that far away from being art pop, you know? Hey, I'm really far behind on noises in the ear. Let's check these out. We got Reggieman282 with a donation. And we've got me. We've got me here with a cup of tea. Reggie Man says, hey X, I have a question about Vanilla Sweets data packs. I'm playing on a server with multiple sleep, but no matter how long I wait, phantoms won't spawn. Is there something I need to do in order for them to spawn? Yeah, ask if the game rule has been invoked to disable phantoms. That'll be my guess. That it's probably disabled if you're on a server community. Right, I guess this road here kind of needs to be a bit similar as well. But this is a raised up road. This is like flat with the floor, so... I see the use of fire, okay? I think what we'll do to kind of integrate here a little bit. Let's try and get 1, 2, 3, right? Then there's a gap of 3. That's good. 2, 3. So we'd put 1 there. See, I didn't want to remove the lava. That was the main thing. Cool. And then that would make this one of those. Which then sort of awkwardly doesn't align up with this, but whatever. Means we put that there. Might be a little bit too neat and even as well, is another thought. Okay, we need more of these. But we'll light it all up and see how it looks. So for this part of the path, we're just going to go with fire spaced out. X, can the stair curve like diagonal or matches more? That's... I never thought of doing that, did I? I never thought, let's make this more interesting than just the default thing, right? Which I think is an opportunity to do something interesting. So, I mean, the path here as well could curve and bend a little. But let's just... Okay, so... let's think of this like we're going from a single point to a single point. I guess you would want that. But then also this. What was that sound? It's a wandering trader. I heard a wandering trader. It's in my blood. Where are you? You're there. And it's about to turn to night. The sound of a wandering trader is forever immortalized in my mind. We are gonna trade with this sucker. Oh yeah. Reggie Man, thank you for your donation, dude. We got I'm Just As Lime here with the Prime. We also got 3,700 viewers turning up for today's stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it. Oh, I left my ender chest down here. Well, I've got a few more handy. A mix of cobble and andesite with the stairs. Oh yeah, Amiga Merc, that could work. My inventory is not ready for this. And, you know, neither are my shulker boxes, really. I've filled everything up with junk. Okay. We need some semblance of order in this inventory. And yeah, okay, that's good. No, wait, there's 2 more. What am I on about? Right, sucker. It's time for business. It's time for action. Quickly now, quickly now. Sweet. There it is. Gotcha. Gotcha, sucker. Right. Hermit heads. Emerald block. I saw the emerald block in there. Do we have... Yep, we got loads of those. Good, 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 good. 1, 2, 3 Iskall heads. 1, 2, 3 Zedaf heads. Hey, we got to make a thing today, don't we? A banner. or whatever we're calling it. Cartography table. I think I need that. Yeah, look. Not got one of those before. Now, the trick here is to try and memorize a fair few at once. But that smithing table. Oh, netherite block again. I don't have that. Packed ice. Smithing table. I saw brown concrete. Definitely want to go grab that smithing table. There it is. I think we've had that one before. I saw packed ice, right? And when it comes to those new blocks, we had that warped nilium. I think I got the other one before, so that's good. So that's another new one. Alright, so we got jungle planks, birch planks, blast furnace. That's a new one. So 2 types of planks and a blast furnace. This takes a little bit of dedicated focus, peeps, as you might be seeing. You might be observing, because you've got to remember a few things, and I'm not so great at juggling lots of things in my mind at once. Netherrack again, endstone, redstone ore. That's actually one that I've really been after for a while and not seen. See, now I've only got redstone ore in my mind. Did I not see redstone ore anywhere? Now, surely I wouldn't have made a mistake and not packed it. There it is. So when the numbers go below 8, that usually means that I've then made that trade. Okay, that's a really important one. Hey, we've got a dispenser. So dispenser, endstone, netherrack, and netherite block. We've not actually got a dispenser before. It's endstone bricks we're after. Got that plenty of times before. I think there was one other. Netherrack. Alright. Where the netherrack at? There's nethery stuff in that one, but not the netherrack. There it is. Sweet, last trade since we don't have the netherite block. The block of netherite even. Coolio! Right, now we get to put all these things away. Cool, and then we just got one left over. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, and also these 3 heads. Don't forget about those ones. Bit of leather, bit of leads. Does the beacon have a mini block, says Kiwi Doug? It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, I'm going to put the additional ones into here. Alright, they'll be fine in there. And we're sort of neat and orderly again. Good stuff. Right, that had to be done, peeps. That had to be done. And let's catch up with those noises in the ear. We got Samuel Noble here for 7 months. Rian O the Pig is Gut. Thank you for the prime. We got Verena von Herzen here with cheers and bits saying my partner, and I love watching your videos and streams. Love your projects and look forward to future projects. Keep being your amazing self. Much love from Australia. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the lovely message. Glad you enjoy what we do here. We got Pickled Own subscribing. Max Cool Game gifting a sub to Tuxiban. Thank you so much for supporting our community. Chef Poker Crafter here for 2 months. Fortunate Narrato here for 2 months. Pickled Own, or Pickled One as I said a moment ago, with the cheers and bits. Thank you so much. Daygrinnin even is here with the Prime subscription. Let's get more of these on the screen. Captain Core 797, thank you for your subscription. Official Jaden here with the cheers and bits saying, speaking about the wandering trader topic, even remember the time you wanted to trade with me on your creative server when you were live streaming. Lol, memories, man. That was a while back when we designed that tower, right? Jaden, thank you for the cheers and bits. It's appreciated. We've got Captain Core 797, gifting subs to Turtle Power, Zosun Luau, Hey It's Animal, Hancock 32, and Zombie Muncher. Thank you all for tuning in. You've been gifted subs by Captain Core. Thank you for supporting our community, dude. Donation here from Satanic Potato Cat. Hey X, it's 3 AM for me here, and I really should be sleeping, but your voice is so calming. I would much rather be watching you. Also, I always watch YouTube at double speed, and really should watch you at normal more often as your voice is so calming. Well, thank you very much for the lovely message, dude. I appreciate the donation. We got Feel65 with the Prime. Fine 333444 with the Prime. Bean Choir Boy is back for 40 months. We got Valagari subscribing. Widdershins gifting a sub to JustBen4054. Thank you for supporting our community. Simple Hal for 3 months. Mrs. Show and the Manager 23. We also got Wilson Marks for cheering bits saying, watching with the stepson before he goes to bed, and he wanted to say hi. Suma, hope you have a good stream. I'm playing Minecraft before as well. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Have fun playing Minecraft. Have fun. Well, have fun sleeping. Go having your rest. Jeez, that doesn't make sense. Fun is so much sleep. Fun is so much sleep. Wow, words suddenly jumbled. Brain, what's going on? Sleep is so much fun. I love that bit where your eyes close. Said no one ever. See, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to be funny. So we could do diagonal staircase like that. I say we go for it, you know. I say we break those rules. Rules were made to be broken, right, peeps? Yeah, going back to the donation from Satanic Potato Cat as well. Watching things at double speed. As time goes on, it seems that the media we create for one another, and I'm talking deliberately slow now, to gather my thoughts, to express and articulate myself diligently. It seems as if the attention span is getting shorter. And one place you can see this that you might not expect me to say you can see this is in Minecraft videos, specifically mine and some of the other hermits. There used to be a time, if you go watch my old videos, where you'd kind of do this. You'd kind of be like, hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server. Last episode we built the beacon over there. That took us a lot of time, and yeah, we built an iron farm and then we thought the wither, and now that we've got the beacon, we're going to use it to come around here and start insta-mining. So if you didn't know, you can use efficiency 5 and a beacon and insta-mine blocks. That's the kind of pace it used to be. Now we're all like, hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. Cut. And then it will be like, whip over here. If I could land on it. Okay, I'm editing right now. I'm editing, you see. Then it would be like, last episode we killed the wither and got a beacon. Cut. And then it's like, and now I can insta-mine blocks. Wow, that's so amazing. Cut. Yeah. So that's changed in my videos, in other hermits videos. Not everyone's, just some of us. And I notice how when I watch something like a TV show, I find myself like itching to look at my phone or turn my attention over to something else. And at the moment, I kind of want to watch some classic movies. Like I got Schindler's List and The Green Mile. But every time I go watch them, I'm like, oh, it's 3 hours. And I'm like, wait a minute, this used to be 3 hours of quality entertainment. Like, what's happened to the attention span? So I do think we're creating a faster and faster sort of stream of content where things get condensed and condensed. So watching things at double speed, yeah, you get them faster, but I think there's value in absorbing something better, right? Alpen Glow Up says the high energy videos can be exhausting sometimes. That's why I love your vids. Says Alpen Glow. I'm glad you enjoy them that way. I mean, I do try to cut out some of the slack, as you might call it. Try to edit more. Rather conscious of talking for too long. I like to change the location a bit, but as to say, I'm not going like hyper with it or anything. But it's definitely influenced what I'm doing. However, it reminds me of a really important point about being a content creator. It's important to be authentically yourself. If you're not being authentically yourself, then you end up making content that isn't easy for you, isn't natural for you. So although I make conscious decisions to make my content more engaging in one way or another, it's still my way of doing it. So I feel like you've reminded me that a little bit of the slower pace can be good as well, right? It's not all about chop, chop, chop. But that being said, I do think there's a lot of value in breaking up what you say and changing location a lot. I've noticed what Mumbo does. He does this thing where, like, he cuts off the video and talks to you. And I asked him about it, and I was like, oh, do you do that in post? Is that like when you're editing the video, you just throw in a little bit of voice? And he's like, no, I just do it as I go. And I was like, oh, so it's like a conscious decision to turn off the video even though you've recorded it, right? Like, you've played the game and then you're like cutting the video out. And I then started to think about, well, how does it impact me as the viewer? Like, what's different for me? And I realized it's like a jolt of attention. It's like snapping your fingers. You're like, whoa. Echo Art, not a fan of the black screen. Okay, that's fair enough. Everyone will have different... Oh, this looks so awkward. This looks kind of ugly. I know it's it could be moved. It just doesn't look very nice. Oh, I got to say, I think I'm just going to change that back. Like, we're going to randomize textures, but I mean, effectively, I think you need to move it over by one block, but it just looks kind of ugly. Kind of ugly and awkward shape. Nah, I'm not so keen on that. We'll stick with the traditional go up and turn the corner. I also think it will open up a bit of space below as well. Yeah, unfortunately, that really brings out some repeating angles. I think if you want to make a cool looking curvy staircase, it probably needs to be a curve, right? I'm really not good enough to do, well, say I'm not good enough, but it's really about trial and error. I'd rather just get this thing done at the moment, since we're dilly-dallying building this thing. But yeah, with a bit of time and effort, you could probably build something curved, and that would probably look pretty good because the curve would take out that repeated edges. When the edges are straight like this, it just translates to slope. Whereas when it's diagonal, you're just looking at several layers of... Oh, maybe I did something wrong. Because this look... Wait a minute, this looks nicer here. Doesn't it? I think I'd left it like that. And those edges just came up too much. Let's not overthink it, okay? Well, otherwise we'll go back and forth over and over again. We're just having a bit of fun here, you know? Thorium says the black screen, I think, helps him connect with more of his audience. Maybe. The experience I got from it was that it kind of jolts your attention back on whatever's going on. Like, it breaks up what you're looking at, and then sort of... Right, now we're on to the next thing kind of feeling. Okay, so we got this thing going on. We kind of need a bit of a... I think we're going to use some blackstone walls. Right, now we've got to gather up all our random bits of blackstone for use. Potentially some more basalt. As you can see, I've become largely disorganized over here. I'm going to guess I can probably pinch some blackstone from Tango, since we're using this for the build project here on its own anyway. I'm pretty sure Tango wouldn't mind me pinching a bit. We don't need a lot. Some raw blackstone is really what we're after, although those will come in handy. Here we go, raw blackstone. Polished blackstone, right, that's actually not the same type, is it? That is, though. Hey, raw blackstone, right. We'll give some of this stuff back when we're done. Well, what I was thinking over here is doubling up something like that. And then we're out. Don't ask me why, but I thought that might be the way to go. That just makes it, yeah, that's pretty good actually. Makes it a little more interesting from up here. not too much to comment about, I guess. Right, now we need this thing. So we'll have a bunch of those for now. The black screen is supposed to be a sort of symbol for Mumbo and us viewers to show you can say his inner thoughts, and I like it, says Zorio Pro. Maybe, yeah. As I said, Mumbo just said like he just cuts off the video. He didn't tell me exactly why, but because I was just inquiring as to is that done in post or not. Because one thing I don't do with my videos is I don't do a lot in post, right? It's all sort of what you see is what you get, unless you're talking about editing a time lapse. Right, let's get to those noises in the ear because we are behind again. Mrs. Shou with the subscription, the Manager 23, Reap Kothanga, thank you for your subscription. Pickle Done with more cheers and bicks. Thank you ever so much. We've got Oyster 2000 for 16 months. Awesome, dude. Very excited about the Hermitcraft livestream weekend. We've got Venus 960 subscribing and Dash with the donation saying hi. X just dropped in. How are you doing? I'm doing terrific, dude. Thank you for asking. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the donation. Hope you're doing well as well. Let's now jumble in some additional textures onto these stairs. Gonna need some of those, some of them, some of these, some of that. Is that really all the andesite I've got? Wow, that's not good. We'll have some of them as well then. So not a lot of variation, but sometimes subtle amounts can be good too. So this first bit we're gonna go as much as that. So one here, one there. Doesn't have to be a crazy amount, just a little bit can do the difference. Right, there we go. Then we got that to get to this bit. Alice says, what are we building? Alice, we are building a staircase to lead up to the next area. Now, we've also got to incorporate the blackstone going up with it. This is where I think things might get a little bit tricky. But I'm hoping maybe we can get away with just some sort of shapely stuff on the outside. Now, on the inside, you'd expect me to keep it all black. I think what I'm going to do is change those to stone bricks. And maybe not always. And then these to blackstone. Right, now we've got two different types we want to take advantage of here. We're going to put that blackstone in. And then put this blackstone going over to there. Then I think we really need to sell the idea of all of this being blackstone, which you can do from the outside, right? I also think we need to incorporate some shroom lights at some point. This blackstone stuff's kind of difficult to mix with other textures in a weird way. And then we'll have an opportunity to do all this again. So let's check it out, right? Like, we change this to the stone bricks. And then what's below it becomes le blackstone. I don't know why I'm adding the le. Completely pointless. I guess this stuff doesn't look terribly structural, is a good point. Okay, stone bricks. Blackstone. You know, it could work, it might not. I think I've probably got the wrong approach overall. I think what we want to do is rip all this out and we'll figure it out. But trial and error is a great way to figure out where you want to go. You look at something, it don't feel right, that can be a good thing because then you know to try something different until you get something right. It also tells you a little bit about your build, like where do you want it to go? What do you want it to end up looking like? I think we essentially want to have like blackstone underneath all of this. Right, and I'm now seeing that the use of basalt here might be wiser. Like that. See, now it's a little bit more manageable to begin with. Right, we've got a noise in the air. It's a donation here from Perchy saying, "Hey X, I love your videos and I've been watching for a few years now. I was curious, have you ever seen some of the stuff that MAPS and other places have been doing with MDMA and psychedelic assisted therapy? Seems really interesting." Yeah, I don't know who MAPS are, but I'm aware of the whole movement for psychedelics to become used as therapy. I'm very, very interested in it. However, I don't think I'd ever do it myself. But I've certainly listened to lots of people, lots of academics. There's a lot of academic people coming out talking about, hey, we did this stuff in the 60s and it kind of got this sort of image of like, you know, unintelligent, destroy your mind drug use kind of stuff. Whereas actually they believe there is some great benefits these things could potentially have. It's very fascinating. But with my history, I just don't want to touch that stuff. But I'm certainly interested in what happens there. X, what are your opinions on the whole Wiley situation, says Jess. Without seeing a lot of it, right, because I like Wiley's music. Just recently enjoyed The Godfather 3. Saw he was trending on Twitter. Saw some what kind of just seemed like, look, you're blatantly just going to annoy people by saying this. Like I did not know what he was trying to achieve with what he was saying, and so I kind of just checked out. I was like, this is just like not productive what you're saying, you know, because I don't know a lot about the ins and outs of the situation over there. You know, a very long-standing conflict over who should have control or whatever of that land, and I understand there's a lot of overlap between the communities. There's a deep history of people fighting and not getting along. It was all started, by the way, by you know, post World War One, drawing lines in the sand. Oh, we'll move these people here, kind of actions. You know, colonialism in some respects. Anyway, you know, it's like a really complex, difficult subject, and he was just tweeting out some ridiculous stuff about it that's like, well, you're just going to anger people, basically. Just going to anger people. Like, what's the point? I don't know. You know, the nature of his tweets as well. This is the problem with Twitter in a big way. It's just like short little statements that remove so much of that history, right? So much of that broader context that could be talked about. And so the fact that you're just like trying to summarize a whole bunch of stuff up in a, what, like, you know, 5 to 6 word tweet as well, just instantly reeks of being problematic. 280 characters isn't enough, says Salty Hallaman. It isn't. It isn't. Right, so I'm feeling like I need to incorporate some Shroomlight in here. Shroomlight feels like that other little bit of colour that makes it work. And I happen to have a little bit of Shroomlight. It's amazing how long you can just spend on something like this. Now, most of the time the Shroomlight's covered up a little bit, so I think we'll do that. Actually, let's lower this by 1, right? Yeah, so I guess I could put it like this, right? My thoughts on the Wiley thing is like, if you're gonna come to a place with a opinion that is gonna, like, obviously be controversial to the accepted narrative, you're gonna need to be really well articulated and have the time and place to properly speak about your thoughts and opinions, and coming at it with a quick little tweet blasting things and putting LOL on the end of your sentence, like, what is that achieving? Very little. Very little. So I kind of looked at that stuff and just went, oh. I mean, I don't have like a big opinion on any of that stuff either, really, because I've learned through like history channels that I watch that is a long-standing conflict with a lot of opinions, a lot of issues, right? A big history, a problem, and I'm not really one to wage in on it. Audio sounds super weird for me, says Blame. Hit refresh if the audio's all choppy or something. Yerbok is here with the Prime subscription. George Philos is here for 11 months saying thank you for all the entertainment while making my 5 layers of 1.161 by 161 pumpkin and free sugarcane to farm infinitely on Skyblock. Now my no life moves aside. Thank you for this epic contest. Alright, thank you, dude. Appreciate the subscription. Tree is here for 51 months, and we've got DWS 3 months saying, hey X, I love watching Hermitcraft and really enjoy your videos. Thanks for all the effort you put in. Appreciate the kind messages. Appreciate it. Okay, so this like shroom light pillar that holds things up, I don't know where it's going to go up there, so I'm not going to add it. But I want to create something sort of similar underneath this. And I think I see the spot to do it, right? We're gonna rip out a bit of this here. And put in all of this. Okay, then put a bunch of shroom lights in. So we got something that resembles what you got going on over there. Now, the thing that we need to add here, I believe, is like these little ledges. It really just is. I don't know how to make this work on a staircase. You've got to try though, right? That's the important thing. You've got to try. So let's go take that, turn it into those. Okay, and then if we look at it here, you can kind of bring it along like that to begin with. This might be it, you know. This might be like the finishing touch. Let's see. So I think that's going to go there. Now if I put it there, right, the next one... Oh, not there. The next one's sort of like directly along. So we're going to get this like... That actually kind of looks like it works. But on the opposite side we'll do something different. So over here, we're going to go... top. But then we're going to go down by 1. And then that's going to mean the next one along is up by 1. Actually, I think this is going to look really awkward. Okay, so... Oh, this is definitely going to look awkward, but we trial and error it, right? So now... That does... Oh, hello. Oh, ow, ow. Does not work. It does not work. So we just need to change the bottom ones each time. This also hides that transition a little bit. Look at how it hides the these blocks here. Cool. Now, I think we're going to remove that. And take... There it is. I was going to say, it should be in inventory. What if we do something like that? Here. Okay, bone block, you're clearly not supposed to be there. That should be basalt. Alright, can you see how it matches all the way across? I think we need that here. And I would like to keep my shroom light, please. Well, whoopsie doopsie, what have I done? Maybe put a stair block in there? And then maybe... Now that's really got the feel, doesn't it? That's got the feel of the area now. I wonder if we can continue this pattern down the side here. Also, it might be one too many of these blocks. Let's remove that one and this one. Okay, and then it's going to continue down the corner. Now the trick is to have it there and there. So we'll put one there, one here. Get rid of that. I think we'll have... Actually, I might remove that shroom light entirely. I don't think that fits in. Okay, we need more of those. And I think we got it. I think we got the design now. Am I doing that right? Yep, all the way down to there. I think we got it. Sweet, we got it. Bit of over detailing in my opinion, says Gotago. Yeah, maybe we just need to simplify it a little bit here and there. I really feel like these fit in quite well, but perhaps not as much as we think they do. Let's reduce the amount. I think it's good. I think we can leave it at that really and say that's you know, well done. Now here comes the problem of mirroring it. So it was on the basalt either side, which we don't have over here. Coolio, coolio. Alright, so we got Yellow Harold here for 52 months saying if you could study anything in university, what would you pick? Do you know, I wouldn't want to go to university, but if I had to... Oh, that's such a difficult question. Music. There you go. No, it's not. Study music. There's something I could tolerate. For a long time. Thank you for the 52 months, Harold, as always. Appreciate it. We got Liam Ali here with a donation saying, can you wish my brother a happy birthday? His name is Tuesday. I feel like there's a joke in there, but happy birthday Tuesday? Is that actually someone's name? I don't... Actually, I know, like, October is a name. May. June. Right? Days of the week, though. I don't think I've ever heard someone's name as the day of the week. August, yeah. April. Okay, yeah, there's quite a few, isn't there? Mostly girls' names as well. Thursday. Not sure I've heard that, though. Summer, yeah, summer is another one. Interesting how mostly girls' names, right? Honestly, there are some weird names out there. Have you seen Elon Musk's kid name? Yeah, I have. It's a bit impractical, really. Like, I get the whole idea of, you know, you don't have to do the norm. And you can do whatever you like, but... I mean, it just sort of imposes some impracticalities. Sometimes, right? Have I done this like... Yeah, I've done this actually really wrong. I've gotten it totally wrong. Those will need to come out by one. Get rid of that. I think. We'd have one up here. Wait, these are like... What is going on here? I'm doing this like wrong and then some is what I'm doing. Oh no, that bit was correct, right. Oh, God knows, right. One there, one there. Missing one over here. And then all that's done. Except... something looks horribly wrong here. It's these two. These two are incorrect. Actually, I'm not sure that they are. Those two are incorrect. This is hard work! I am confused. There you go. So I think that needs to be one block higher. And now I think it's done. Can I just say it's done now? Hopefully Tango will approve. We got a connection leading up to this area. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Now what I also want to do is put a sign-up board for my game in this area over here, but the path we've added kind of cuts it off a little bit. I could sort of add a temporary path just going over to this spot and add something temporary there. So let's go ahead and actually do that, right? I'm going to knock this out on a temporary basis. And we're going to have a path just come over here for now. And then in this spot, I want the players to go up a little bit. So we'll put in some steps, and then we'll put like a temporary sign-up area. A lot more chill today, says Clubsy. Well, I started earlier, so I figured, hey, slow myself down because we're doing a little bit longer than usual. And it's also early in the morning. I went for a run, so I got like a bit of a post-run glow or whatever you call it, you know, that kind of easy feeling. Hey, Sumo, have you watched Star Trek Discovery? I'm a few episodes in, and so far it seems interesting. It's quite different from traditional Star Trek. Not sure if you'd like it. I watched it, was sort of mildly entertained. Kind of mixed on it. It had some really good moments and some not so great, but it's very different from what Star Trek was. Very modern and kind of like high stakes. I feel like the Burnham character, she has to hold so much of a burden. Like, I don't know if it's her acting or the writing or a mixture or whatever, but like, she constantly holds this unbelievable weight. And it's pretty well done, but it's just a bit much. It's just like she just never ending gets pummeled on. And it just feels so far from like what, you know, Star Trek you expect of it. A bit more like search and discovery and meeting other life forms. Okay, so we need to do something up here, and I'm clearly taking my time to do it. That's because I'm trying to clear away the inventory here. You see, when you talk about other stuff, you kind of lose track of what you're doing a little bit. So it's good to talk yourself through it, like I'm doing. So I can just get myself back on track a bit here. We got some of this black stone from Tango. I'm just going to go chuck that back. So let's put all of that in here. Just going to leave all of it for Tango. There we go. That's easier. Easier like that. Okay, so we want to now grab 1, 2, 3 different chests. Gonna put them over here. And I also need some sticks. Do I have any wood? Oh, there we go, there's some sticks. Okay, we're gonna use the loom. Gonna need some of this. Probably actually gonna need to go, yeah, let's go grab some resources. Okay, we got Electrical Horse Live subscribing, and I'm just a slime. Gifting a sub to I'm a Snail 44. Thank you for the gifting of the sub and supporting the community. Appreciate it. Why don't you just order the rest of your supplies from Sahara, says Eldhale. Wrong season, dude. Wrong season. Uh-oh, we're going to go into total spoiler territory now. Should we try and avoid the spoilers? It's literally impossible, okay? Oh, the spoilers are actually there. Can I avoid them? Oh, I avoided them! Amazing. I actually avoided it. Carlos says, what's your favourite Britpop band out of the Big Four? I didn't know Britpop had a Big Four. Heavy metal has a Big Four. Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax. But as for Britpop, I'd probably say Oasis. Okay, what colours are we going to use? The new colour scheme from the Nether is like red and cyan. So we're going to try this with these colours. Cool. Alright, we can get out of here. Spoiler oh, jeez, into a wall! Okay, we're good. We got official Jaden gifting a sub to Satanic Angel. Thank you for doing that, Jaden. Appreciate it. Satanistic Angel, even. Sorry, I knew I said it wrong. SQWYD is here subscribing, and JerkyFish69 with the Prime. Thank you ever so much. Okay, right, this is the bit that I thought would be tricky to do on stream, okay? Gonna grab these. Gonna have to... Didn't I have a crafting bench? Maybe I put it back in here. Also, we can put that away. What software do you use to start the restart the server automatically? Says Adashar. Oh, we don't use software. It's part of the control panel. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. So we got some banners, right? The name of the game is Standoff. S is like the worst letter ever to do. And usually I use a guide when I do this, but I think we can manage it without. So let's go... Oh no, that's correct. T has got to be the easiest, right? Unless there isn't one for straight down the middle. I thought there was. Isn't there one for straight down the middle? There it is. Gosh, just not looking in the right spot. And there's your border. So T, stand off. Should we try and do F next, maybe? I'm not sure. We got to think it through. Like, obviously there's that. Then there's the top one. But I'm not sure that's going to look good. Doing that, then that. And then one down the side. Let's just do that and see what it looks like. Probably going to get away with that, actually. There you go. We got off done. Well, no, we got part of it done. That one's nice and easy. What we'll do is we'll clone that. Stand off. We've got two of them. Let's do O. O's got to be super easy, right? Now, I think you go around the sides for this one, so top and bottom. Ah, that's probably how we do A as well, now that I think about it. Now, there's going to be some of these that get tricky. I'm telling you, peeps. Stand off. So now let's do A, although we've run out of banners. We need some wood. Or sticks, either or. Guess we'll go with birch. Actually, no, we'll go with that. Since I have less birch. I think doing this with cyan was a good decision, by the way. So, S-T-A-N-D is actually all we need. I might have brought a little bit too much of this stuff. We'll see. Sometimes you need the base color to be inverted. Love this track, says Stormscribe. I like it too. Do you know what I want to do? Right, Season 8, I'm going to be the banner man, okay? I'm going to start up the banner shop. And I'm going to put all the letters of the alphabet in all the different colours right at the beginning of the season. So people can come in and take advantage of it. That's what I'm going to do next season. Some will say, why not just do it today? I even say when you have a good idea, go with it. I've had this idea over and over again though. It's just, I never get around to it. But maybe beginning of next season when people don't have that many dyes and that many, you know, sheep providing them with all the wool, it might be a really good shop to open. Okay, so we got some of the letters together now. Let's put these over here. Should we try N? I think N's going to be easy as well, isn't it? I feel like I've lucked out a bit here. There's some letters that are complicated that I have to look up, and it doesn't seem like any of the ones we're doing today. Wait, which way is it? It's definitely not that way. Just doesn't look right. Okay, now we need a D. Now D's definitely going to get a little bit more tricky, right? Definitely going to get tricky. So I think what you want to do, I think, there's a pattern that, is it here? Yeah, that one. Right, that gives you the sort of edge of a D that you want. I got a feeling you might need that. Just Google, says Unslim Shady. Well, I did want to try and do it myself a little bit here. So let's say we do that. Oh, it's really hard to quite envision the steps here. Then we put red across the top, red across the bottom, red down the side. It'll end up looking like a B, I think. Have you thought about trying map art? Yeah, I really think... I reckon what they should add is a small scale map. They should let you downgrade a map to like 16 by 16 blocks. That would be amazing for using maps and pixel art. As it currently stands, the resolution is massive by default. It's 128 by 128. If you could shrink maps and go real zoomed in, man, that would be a treat for pixel art. Honestly, that would be such an amazing update, because then you could go and create entire textures, like, or groups of textures, and use them that way. I'm going to go look it up, peeps. I'm going to go look it up. And by the way, 4,800 people watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to hit that follow button here on Twitch. Get notified of when I go live on Twitch. Just looking at that, it's definitely done the way I thought it was. And then there are some that are essentially an O looking design. Now you definitely want the accent on the D. Okay, let's go click on this page. See how it's done. Okay. Okay, so you start with the same colour that you put the border on. That's how we've been doing it. So, oh, interesting. Very interesting. I see how it's done now. I don't think I would have figured that out on my own. So, let's see if I can just quickly do this from memory. Hang on, let me double check it. Yeah. Okay. You go like this, down the sides, then the bottom. Then, with this colour, you do that one. Now you go back to red and put the left-hand side on. And then you put in your border. And you've got it. So now we need an S. S is another super duper tricky one. There's also quite a few different designs for S. I will continue to use my browser to search. I apologise if the amount of action on screen is minimal at the moment. Okay, getting less search results for this one. Let's add the word Minecraft. Not that you can see what I'm doing. Ragnar Rob, thank you ever so much for your 6 months of support, dude. It is appreciated. Appreciate. Now, I got a design here that I think requires one too many steps, because we like to have the border around the edge. And the ones all I'm looking at the moment don't have borders around the edge. That one there does, though. Oh, that's more of a Z. Clever. So if we give it more of a Z shape, we can get away with it. Okay, I'm going to just double check these. Yeah, any time there's a border around the edge, it's done with the Z shape. So we're going to do it like a Z. Okay, that's kind of easy. I don't even need to use a guide. Bottom, there we go. And there it is. Wow, we done that pretty quick. I thought we'd be spending forever working on this bit. Thought we'd be here all night and day. Now, with 8 letters and a gap, we can make this thing 9 wide. So, I need some materials over here. Standoff, says Cubsy. It's a Z, but the other way around, right? Gordon the Tank Engine, here for 2 months, saying, "Good day, mate. Thanks for the wholesome content during this weird time." It is a weird time, isn't it? It's a strange time. Thank you for 2 months. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to start talking about food. Probably because Mason Smith says, "Assumer, do you like pizza?" Pizza's my my next thing. Next week, it would be pizza. Yes, they had a curry. Ordered from a different place. They had a What did they have? They had this curry that was like a bit more. It kind of didn't look like it, but when I ate it, it felt like it. It felt more like a homemade curry, right? It was a sort of tomatoey, oniony, garlicky type one, and it was really good. But it just reminded me of like homemade curry for some reason, right? Like it was like a halfway between a takeaway and a homemade. Felt a lot lighter, and I had that with a peshwari naan bread. I had a little mixed starter of meats and an onion bhaji. The onion bhaji was definitely the best onion bhaji, though. That's the one thing I'll say about the one that I had. I'm looking for a block, and I've probably like gone over it 3 or 4 times, just being an ample idiot. Oh no, it's actually not here. I'm gonna see if Tango's got any in steel, because I only need a few, Tango. I only need a few. It's for the area. I'll give you the blocks back when I'm done with them, Tango. Oh man, there's like no nether brick here. We'll fly and get some. Then I can focus on telling you about my curry. So I had peshwari naan. This it was kind of like called rojaton or something. Like I'd never heard of it before. I searched it, couldn't find anything about it online, but I tried it. And then I had onion bhaji, peshwari naan, and the meats, and that was it. And I actually think I managed to have that and cut calories on the same day, because I'd hardly eaten anything before. And usually I get 2 curries, 2 sides, and a bread, but I just got 2 sides, one of which was on the lighter side, and 1 curry, and it felt like a lot of a lighter curry than usual, so I felt good for that. I felt good, you know. Don't always have to stuff your face. X, are you talking about a Rogan Josh? No, it wasn't called that at all. It was like the first 4 letters were R-O-J-O, and then it was like T-I-A-N or something. Oh, jeez, I didn't hide the spoiler. Oh, no. No one's going to watch my video now. Oh, no. What have I done? What have I done? Right, why did I start talking about food, though? God knows. Hey, I really enjoy my food, right? And I feel like my cutting's going really well. My belly fat is steadily dissipating. Someone talks about pizza, says Unicorn Warrior. Oh yeah, that'll be it. Anyway, I spent a bit of time the other day making a new workout plan. I got like a new like dieting outline or guideline or whatever. I'm kind of looking forward to the next couple of weeks. Okay, we're going to lower this all by 1 block. This is temporary, what I'm setting up here, so I don't need to make a work of art, but it is nice to put more time into stuff. When I was doing the inside area down here, I was like fleshing out the layout. It took a lot of time. I stepped back from it and I kind of thought, like, this is, you know, like a nice decoration, but one of the things I really like is detail in decoration. And some of the other hermits do it so well. Like Cubfan's latest shop has just got like a bit of backstory and interactivity to it, and man, I wish I could incorporate that more into what I do. That's something I've got to work on. What's your opinion on candy/chocolate? Says Dolium. Yeah, not a fan really. Just you can have proper nutritious food that's good for you, and it be tasty and filling and satisfying. And you know, those candy bars, they ain't most of those things, are they? They're almost none of them, and usually you just want more of them. At least that's how I am with that food. My grandmother's curry sausages are pure gold. Curry sausages, man, that sounds like an English, I don't know what the other words would be, like a one-off thing that you'd find somewhere in England. Someone makes curry sausages and it's just like, whoa, they're good. I like the sound of that, curry sausages. Man, didn't I have like way more wood than this? There's like a, is there any in there? Yeah, there is. It's kind of hard to see. I also need stead. I'm noticing that my my ability to focus right now is actually pretty rotten. Like, I'm constantly ambling and wandering back and forth. I think we need to go do something grindy after this. Like, no more thinking, okay? No more thinking. Asuma for president. 2024. We'll end thinking. No individual thoughts. Do not question the narrative. Freedom is slavery. No, I'm messing about. Freedom is slavery, I think, is actually a motto on the gates of Auschwitz. Jeez. I mean, I thought of that, and then I thought, wait, where have I heard that? Getting a bit grim here. Okay, we need this thing to be 9 wide, so 1, 2, 3, boop, boop. 1, 2, 3, boopily shoop, like that. You're thinking of work will set you free. Okay. Work will set you free is a bit more of an ambiguous one. Like, I think, imagine you had just a life of luxury, not having to work hard for anything. I think that'd be horrible. Like, there's so much you gain from working hard at things. It builds your inner tools and character and ability to do stuff. You know, if everything was done for you and people waited on you, like, and you didn't have to do anything, I just think it'd be miserable, really. Like, if things are too easy, then there's no growth, there's no challenge, there's no personal development. Slavery is freedom is from 1984. Okay. And the Auschwitz motto was work will set you free. Got ya. Remember, you're saying that in the context of an extermination camp. Yeah, I'm making no comment on its use in that context. I'm thinking purely of a hypothetical scenario of having everything you want given to your hand and foot. Like, because, what was it? Work will set you free. Just purely on that, not on the context of it. You know, like, having everything. Sorry, it's the opposite of that, right? I'm saying. No, I'm saying. Jeez, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, there is. With no comment on the context, I'm saying that the words alone maybe have some truth to them, because working for things in life gives proper value. Like, if everything were handed to you on a plate, on a golden plate, you never had to lift a finger, never had to do anything, like, it'd be rotten. You have to work hard for things. I brought this book that I haven't touched, about strength training and barbells and all this other stuff. Highly rated one. And I forgot that I brought it, and I was looking at my Kindle, or the Kindle app, and putting a new book on there, which for some reason I went and brought this book of philosophy, but then I remembered, wait a minute, like audiobooks, so I brought the audiobook as well. Anyway, so I was looking at the book of philosophy, reading it for a bit, then I noticed the other one, and it made this like case in point, and it was actually really, really well worded, and I wish I had it here with me, because I would actually just quote the book. But it was essentially saying that, like, physical training and working hard is a great thing for you as a human being, because that is what you have evolved to do. We have evolved to be creatures of strength, endurance, and survival. And now that we live sedentary lifestyles, we are, you know, distanced from that connection to our own bodies. And it points out that there is like, you know, the pursuit of mind and intellect and culture and art, but there is also an inbuilt genetic need for you to do physical activity and to have, you know, a am I making sense here, peeps? A reward from that, I guess. It sort of looks like it says stamp off. Standoff. Jeez. Right, what is my computer doing? There we go. Resetting some of my stream stuff. You could put a dash between the words, so it's stand dash off. I like that. I like putting the dash because it removes the gap. Like climbing the mountain just because it's there, says very sarcastic one. Maybe. More like, you know, it's literally built into you that physical activity is deeply rewarding. Like, it's part of your genetics. Your body wants to be strong, and it will reward you for doing so. That's what I've experienced with consistent training over the years. It's just, you get this, like, positive feedback loop from it. But this book just put it so eloquently and made such a great case for it, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with the pursuit of intellectual things and things of the mind, culture and arts. Like, all that stuff's great. Not denying that, but in this day and age of sedentary lifestyles, it's like it's been overlooked a little bit that, hey, you know, we used to be out there on our feet all day hunting and gathering, and that's kind of still part of who we are, which I think is a good case to be made. It releases dopamine, says Little Dabs. It does. Yes, it does. Standoff. Now I think they probably need to go one higher, because the next thing I wanted to do is to add a bunch of brackets. Like, so I'm not sure what the best way to, oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to make this simple. Like, the hermits can see this and come to it, and then maybe at a later date I'll find a way to transpose the name of the game over there. But for now, this is just a sign up to play the tournament, right? See, the problem is, like, sometimes you want to build works of art, but when you're like creating something temporary that's going to get torn down, it's like it takes so long sometimes to make something that looks good in this game, and it just makes me think it's kind of not worth it, right? But I'm just, like, drawn to look at it and think this could be better, you know. So anyway, I think at least a little bit of decoration will go some way to making this feel more interesting. Corrales! Okay, so we got that going on for players to sign up to. I mean, it just needs to stand out and be visible because it's temporary. And I was going to put like a bracket system, but what we'll actually do is just tell the hermits to write their name in the book. Okay, and we'll make the stream banner today say sign up for Standoff or something, right? Actually, let's make it a book. Let's make the banner today a book, and everyone adds something, and I'll add come to Tango's gaming area and sign up for the Standoff tournament, right? And I'll also put mandatory in capital letters in brackets. It needs to stand out, yeah. Yeah, it does. We got Miss Roxy Spamcakes here with the cheers and bits saying, hey Sumer, I've been getting into the weird and wonderful world of creating texture packs. Vanilla Tweaks has been a huge inspiration for me. Could someone submit a texture pack with Vanilla Tweaks, or is it something that you make personally? The team works on it. So there is a team, they got a Twitter account, they got a Discord server, they take community submissions, so you can get involved. It's not a guarantee you'll be added, but there's a team that works on it. I do very little now these days. I started off by making like a handful of textures, like sticky piston sides, I think. The original one was the glass. Then at some point, a few other people... Oh, there you go, Corrales is on it. A few other people got involved. And then I started to organise a team and then, like, get a website going. And then the team kind of self-organised and grew on its own. And I just sort of turn up and give them thoughts and talk about stuff occasionally. But yeah, they do all the good stuff. Right. Stand off tournament. Let's make it look a little bit more interesting. I'm glad we can edit books like this now. It's long overdue. Well, it was, but now it's here. That... Yeah, it's about as good as it's going to get right there, isn't it? Standoff tournament. Let's see. How do I want to word this? Like, do I start over like, think you're the best? Think you're better than all those other hermits? Or do I just want to make it, or just want to be like, yeah, you know it's a tournament. Like... Standoof? Who's he? Do some clickbait title as the intro. You won't believe what this tournament has in store. Must see, not clickbait. No. I was actually going to do that for my video on YouTube today. I saw one on my telly this morning that cracked me up. It said very hype or something, or was it? No, very epic. And it's not just epic, it's very epic, this live stream. It's just someone playing Fortnite. And so then it made me think I'll post my video and it'll say Hermitcraft live now. Very epic, not clickbait. But then I thought someone's going to think I'm saying something in it that's important. So they probably wouldn't get the joke. Anyway. Maybe we need to direct them. To the... is a volcanic spot in the... We're going to call it Netherlands, right? I don't know if Tango's given it a proper name yet. Anyway, it's temporary. To the right of you is a volcanic spot in the Netherlands. This is the home of strategy slash of the skill and strategy game Standoff. We are having a best of 3 games tournament. So that means each round is best of 3, right? We're having a best of 3 games tournament. Why can't we get that on competition? On one line? Yes. No. Ah. We are having a best of 3 games competition to decide who is the best hermit. It doesn't sound... I'm no good at writing this sort of stuff. To decide who will be crowned king of the game. We need to make like a prize pool. Actually, we need like a neutral term here. To be crowned winner. To be crowned winner. This doesn't even make sense. We are having a best of 3 games competition to decide... a best of 3 games knockout tournament to crown a winner. That sounds more like it, right? Of the G, lol. Yeah, ran out of text there. We are having a best of 3 games knockout tournament to crown a winner. The more... This is a bracket competition. The more hermits sign up, the more... Then we'll add... Games can be arranged between the hermits. Games can be arranged between... Single, double bracket. I don't know the difference, just that it's a bracket competition. Advanced says so many awesome games this season. I'm hyped for Decked Out too. Yeah, Decked Out's like gonna be something. I feel like there's a shorter word for organised here. Basically, I want to say, if you're drawn against another hermit, just figure out when you're going to play. No rush, no... I think that's probably, that probably doesn't need to be said. Sign up below by adding your name to the next page. Don't sign the book. Okay. Right, example. You thought I was going to put my own name in. I'm not going to play my own tournament. That's the one thing I didn't want to do. Let's see if we can sign up Keralis, right? Duralis? No, Keralis. Let's see if we can get Keralis on this one. Surely has subscribed. Sasakins has for 7 months. Jax on Juice with the Prime. Thank you so much. And Miss Roxy Spam Cakes with cheers and bits saying thank you for answering my question. Even though you didn't have to. Have some more biddies. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. See if we can get Keralis. Let's see if we can sell him on it, right? Hard not to read Keralis' text in his voice as I am terrific. You probably do that. Oh, there we go. Yay, Keralis is in. Okay, so we can put Keralis in. There you go. Done. Put that there. I feel like we could do a tiny bit more work to make this look a tiny bit more nice. Nicer even. If you give me free glass, I burn down your base. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take that nether brick, put it around the edge, and then maybe just add some nether brick walls on it, and then that's it. Temporary little area. Probably put some torches in case it's night time at some point. And then we need the other book for something else. Oh yeah, the banner. That was it. We're doing that as well. Okay, torches. I know I got them somewhere. There they are. And we'll just put them across the front here. Alright, there you go. A place to sign up for standoff. I'm actually going to take a screenshot and post it in our Discord and get the hermits like over here straight away for this one. Maximum opportunity to get people playing. Right, fire up the Discord. We got Of Saucer gifting a sub to Dragonstorm611. Thank you for supporting our community, dude. Appreciate it. Okay, where are we at? Okay, what am I typing? I'm the worst at writing this sort of stuff. Bear with me, peeps. Won't be long. I'm organising a standoff tournament for my new game. Playtime will be flexible as hermits There needs to be terms for this. Anyway. Okay, cool. Done that. Done that. Brilliant. Okay, done that. We got I'm Just a Slime gifting a sub to I'm an I. I love all these people gifting subs to people with like related usernames. Cracks me up every time. Okay, so now we got the Hermitcraft livestream banner, which is actually a book. And it's a subtle way for me to promote my tournament. Hermitcraft. No, wait, we don't do that. We just put live stream book. We'll call it a book. Today is the 26th of the 7th, 20. So live stream book. Okay. For this live stream day, each hermit must pass the book and add something to it. Okay, that's it, right? So then me, I was first, Asuma. Head to Tango and Ethos mini game area and check out Standoff. There is a tournament. You are encouraged to sign up. Smiley face. And my chat is full of people saying 2 not 2. Alright, calm down, I'll add an extra O. Jeez. Okay. Now that that's fixed, let's get rid of the smiley face because it kind of ends. Oh, then that's there? Wait. Oh, let's just do that and then a winky face, right? Okay. Done. Do not sign. Oh yeah, let's add that at the bottom just to remind people, right? On the first page. Do not sign book. Let's also shift it over a bit. Okay. Do not sign book. For this live stream day, each hermit must pass the book and add something to it. Asuma, head to Tango and Ethos minigame area and check out Standoff. There is a tournament you're encouraged to... Jeez, it's a little one! Jeez! I thought that thing will be dead soon. Okay. It's got a chicken! It's got a chicken, and now I'm turning it into a song. Okay, I'll keep some sticks. I don't know what I'm doing. We've got to tidy all this away. We're scramming out of here, peeps. We're skedaddling. We're doing the off. Okay. This is all junk I'm going to sort away later on, so... Just going to do it one at a time. Just need a home for this. There we go. And then those blocks. Alright, they need to go somewhere. Anywhere, any room. I'll tell you what, I don't want a golden sword. Don't know why it's in there. Okay, in you go. Right, those can go. Those can go. That can go. And they have homes. These 3 are ready. As is that. The work blocks. Dies up here. Walls down there. And we're missing a nether chest. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Sweet. Sweet as. Okay, now we can pick up everything else. Also, that chest. I don't know. We'll leave it there. Cool. Off we go. Ah, almost get burned. Also, other hermits might want to come check this place out. So, just gonna You know, if they want to come look and learn about the game, they should be able to. Wait, did I just pick up a Blackstone? Where did that come from? Ah, whatever. Just gonna pop you there. Right. And onwards we go, back to our base. Beautiful stuff. We spent a long time building a staircase and putting up a sign that says standoff. Jeez, not incredibly productive today. Udo Meister is here saying, Asuma, just tuned in. It's like 3:20. Happy to see you're online. Glad to have viewers, dude. Thank you for the cheers and bits. We've got Benjamin's Turkey here for Shiv Cake and Will Harrison 12345 with the Prime subscription. We've also got Mad Scientist 369 subscribing Lady Gecko's gifting a sub to Edwina. Thank you for supporting our community. And Skate Nerd is here with the donation saying, Hi Buffsuma, I loved your appearance on the Spawn Chunks podcast. Glad you enjoyed it, dude. I had a tremendous time going and participating in that podcast, as I love podcasting, and it was really cool to be a part of one. And I thank... Oh, that's just like a random emerald in there. I thank ye old... I don't know why this has to be ye old, but ye old Pixel Riffs and ye old Duggan for having me on. Jeez, the things I say when I stream. I just talk and sound like a silly goose, basically. Right, let's get out of all. Let's scram. Let's head out of here. Let's go as far away from the main area as we possibly can. I don't know why. Alpum Glups is still praying for a Asuma Says podcast. You know, it's something that might happen, but don't count on it happening anytime soon. Now that I think about it, I know exactly where to go. Question is... Do I have the coordinates? I'm going to go... Oh, I don't have it open. I'm going to go check my list of things to do. X, what did you have for breakfast? I had salad with eggs and onions and beans. And then I had a protein yogurt with it and a banana. That was my breakfast. It was good. Now, what's on my list? Right, okay, I found my list of coordinate stuff. It's not on there, unfortunately. Alright, give me a minute. I'm going to load up another Minecraft and see if I can find our way to where we need to go. So, in the meantime, I'll entertain you by standing here and doing this. Okay? High quality entertainment. Just for you. Apparently we're up to 5,000 viewers. Thank you ever so much everyone for tuning in. Appreciate y'all coming by. We got I'm Dreeken here for 4 months saying hi X, hope you're okay. I'm good, thanks. We got Tront here for 4 months as well. Hey X, I just wanted to say thank you for making me take my weight more seriously. I've been trying for years, but your advice has finally made me take it seriously. That is good to hear, Tront. That is awesome. Do you know what you've reminded me of? Okay, here in the UK, they're going to start tackling obesity and overweightness. And the reason that they are is because it's relating to coronavirus. Now, you would have heard me saying this months ago. It amazes me how far like governments or news agencies like the BBC can lag behind news sometimes. Like when COVID first broke out, like lots of health people and medical professionals were talking about how this is going to be a problem for people who are overweight. It puts you at risk, right? It was kind of already known. I am navigating in a different Minecraft thing, by the way, and having a bit of trouble figuring out where... Okay, now I'm on track. Now I'm on track. And I think I've got the coordinates. Right, I'm going to do this very, very carefully as to not accidentally be cheaty. Okay, so that is where we need to get to. Let's remove all of that. Okay, we're heading to... Let's round it up a bit, right? Oh, actually, no, I'm not sure how many characters are deleted. Let's try it again. We are heading to 450. and minus, let's just call it 460, right? Okay, that's where we're heading to. Geeko Rico says, Corona's changed our world completely, hasn't it? It definitely has. It, without a shadow of a doubt, has. But it's, you know, if our government is now taking obesity seriously because of COVID, we should have always been. It's always put you at risk. It's a health issue to be overweight. There is a ton of science around this. It's no mystery. It's no secret. And it should have been perhaps thought about earlier, which it was in certain communities and circles. Lots of the first things I was listening to in podcasts, in edutainment videos, you know, the fact that being obese would put you at risk, you know, was there. Voxed in chat says, news channels on YouTube can be weeks ahead of BBC on stories. Just have to learn which channels to trust, though. Definitely a good point. You know, lots of things get said before someone like the BBC picks it up. The thing is, though, we're talking months. We're literally talking, like, when this thing really hit and people took it seriously, I was hearing it a lot on the podcast I listened to. Being overweight is not good. It's time to like sort out your diet and sort out your lifestyle, your exercise, because there's an increased risk. But there was always risk to being physically unhealthy. Pearson says, did you hear about the government trying to, and falling to put a watershed on junk food ads to prevent children wanting junk food? That's what I was really pleased about, but I didn't hear that they failed. Apparently they succeeded. You're not allowed to advertise junk food until after 9 o'clock on telly, which is just, I've been wanting that for so long. Like, seeing all these McDonald's adverts and pizza and all this rubbish food that, like, everyone can have a McDonald's once in a while and a pizza once in a while, but some people it's the whole of their diet. And just seeing how you get influenced at such a young age, that's the kind of legislation I've wanted to personally see. You know, we can get into a discussion about the right to advertise and should the government be able to say, no, you can't have this food or not, but like, that's a whole other discussion, right? I'm just saying, from a medical standpoint, from a health and fitness standpoint, one of the things I would have liked to have seen for the longest time is junk food treated differently. They're even going to put calorie counts on takeaways, which I am so stoked for, because I have to guesstimate all of my calories for when I have takeaway food, and I would love to know the actual numbers so I can eat more precisely. I can eat what I need to eat and know how much I'm going over or under, etc. Like, I guesstimate a lot of takeaway food that I have, right? Like a pizza that I have is usually, a whole pizza is going to be about 1,000 to 1,200 calories. A curry is more like 2,000, 2,500. But I would love to have the exacts, and apparently they're going to have to do that now. They're going to give people the information on how many calories the food has. So that's something I'm really pleased about. Better nutritional education at school and for parents should be standard. Definitely. Although I do think we don't actually need to be educated as much as you might think. I think everyone knows that they need to eat fresh fruit and vegetables. It's just difficult to do that when you're not used to doing it, because look, my favorite food, honest to God, is a salad. I love a big fat salad full of, you know, anything, radishes, beetroot, rocket lettuce. What else do I have? Celery, tomatoes, bell peppers, right? You can throw in stuff like eggs and cottage cheese in there. That's just my favorite meal because it's healthy, it's low calorie. I can eat one every day. It's absolutely massive. I fill up a fruit bowl full of food to eat, and then I feel very satisfied after. But I know that it takes time to get there. You have to like eat that over and over again before it becomes enjoyable. And this is because your micro gut biome is in direct correlation to what kind of food you eat. If you start eating a particular type of food, just as an experiment, let's just say you start eating, I don't know, let's something in chat, pumpkins, right? Let's say you start just eating pumpkin pie, right? And you're not that keen on it, but if you keep eating it, your micro gut biome will get used to it and then create food cravings for it. It's supposed to be how this stuff works. So you can kind of like you know, turn your dietary habits and then end up enjoying them. So I can understand if someone doesn't think like having a salad is like nice if you eat pizza all the time. That makes sense. But yeah, like that's what puts people off, right? You get in a bad routine of eating bad stuff, and then like of course you don't want to eat a salad. But this is why I like stay away from all sorts of treats and as much as I can, you know, treats and junk food. I have my like one cheaty meal a week, if you like, where I have a curry or a pizza, or I had Chinese the other week. But that's it. I like avoid chocolates and sweets and candy as much as I can. Like there are moments where I'll have one or two sweets here and there, but as much as I can, because I know if I just start eating it routinely, then it will become a craving as well, and then that's when it can be a bit of a problem. Ate ice cream night for the first time in a while, made me sick, says Disturb Puppy. I know that, yeah, I have that trouble now as well. Whenever I have a sugary pudding, let's say I'm with the family, you know, family meal on Sunday, that sort of thing, and I kind of look at it like, I know these sugary meals are just going to upset me, like, you know, puddings and whatnot. So I tend to avoid ice cream, actually. Like, I love ice cream. The one place I'll definitely have a lot of it is if I go to Italy again. Like, when I go on holiday, I'm going to enjoy the food that is there, right? That is the time to indulge, you know? And then when I come back, it's back to normal. But yeah, like, in your normal day-to-day, like, you have a lot of control over that routine. You can shape it. You can make it what it needs to be. When you go shopping, you can, in that moment, you have the choice to not pick up the unhealthy stuff. That's kind of my rule when I go shopping, is no unhealthy stuff. If you're out and about having a great day with friends, the ice cream truck rolls along, it's going to suck to not participate. So do it then. If you're going to give in, do it in that situation, right? But take control over your most normal, mundane, day-to-day routine, and not have all that kind of snacky stuff in there. That's the way I do it anyway. In poorer socio-economic families, eating fast food regularly in their diet is the difference between being able to eat and feed their families and not being able to afford a proper meal. Harrow, that is a myth that I would like to dispel, but I do believe it can be regionally based. We've discussed this before, and some people have said, no, like, fresh fruit and veg is really expensive here. Where I am, people tell me it's expensive, but that's people that don't eat it. I eat it, and it's definitely cheaper, without a shadow of a doubt. When I eat junk food, it's definitely pricier than making your own food with fresh fruit and veg. The thing you save on is probably time, convenience and time. There's a point to be made about that. You can have pre-made meals that you chuck in the microwave, but it does certainly depend on region and how economics are set up. But you know, don't make excuses for yourself. Right? Don't tell yourself it's beyond your control, because once you tell yourself, oh, I can't afford it, then you're putting up a potentially invisible barrier. You know, like, it does not cost a lot to make a big fat salad that will fill you up. That's like a couple of quid. Whereas, you know, a junk food meal is of a similar price, but, you know, you don't get as many calories or nutrition or value from it. Although sometimes you get calories, it depends on what it is. If you eat stuff like white breads and pastas and pastries, you can get a lot of calories from that. Aren't terribly nutritious. Anyway, it's been broken down quite a few times in edutainment videos and about studies that I've watched, where when you go and eat out, you're paying a lot more for your food, and the same thing kind of translates to microwavable meals as well. You know, at least where I am, it is cheaper to get all the ingredients and make your own meal. And if it is where I am, it is at least going to be for other people in the UK in certain regions. And so, you know, hey, if that is the situation, that somehow it's really difficult to get fresh fruit and veg, then okay, that can happen. But don't make an excuse for yourself. Like, you want to take ownership of your own situation. And we started off talking about this because of the UK, right? Like, the government's going to take on obesity. Boris Johnson said that his struggle with Corona was definitely related to his weight. And I think it's great that he's saying that and that this is going to get addressed, because it's just been something that could have been addressed for the longest time, right? Could have already been a big thing that we take on and tackle. The health of people is directly related to activity and food, and you know, we have a lot of sedentary lifestyles and plenty of availability for bad food decisions around us. So yeah. Zolo says laughs in London prices. Yeah, actually, when I travel to London, the food is like really expensive. I've never really calculated the difference between having a takeaway and buying there, but I was looking at King's Cross in the station at like the difference between getting some. Well, not the difference. Just I was looking at the like fresh fruit. Let me rephrase this. When I go to King's Cross, I get a meal ready to eat. Sometimes I go to like the M&S and I'll get fresh fruit and a little salad. That's really nice. But the prices of buying ordinary shopping stuff are like so high, it's absurd. I'm like, what? And I never really thought about how that relates to the also higher price of buying a meal that's already cooked for you, you know, like a takeaway, a bento box, something like that, right? I've not really thought about comparing the two, but yeah, the prices go up in London for everything, really, didn't they? Anyway, let's have a look at chat for a minute here. Oh. You have to eat 600 grams of veggies every day. That's interesting. Do you think that there would be any issues with the government implementing that? Cookies and cream? Yeah, I think if they try and make things mandatory, you know, not everyone's going to go along with it, but I think the act of... Dude, that thing was like... Oh, it's going to happen every now and then. That thing was like nowhere close to being broken a second ago. And then it was gone. I looked at it literally a second ago and it was like, had a fair bit left. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Maybe I just got unlucky. Hey, I was waffling and talking about other stuff anyway. Now, when the government like steps in and tries to, you know, tell people what to do, air quotes, people get defensive and say the government shouldn't tell me what to do. I'm not so sure I agree with that entirely. I don't think the government... There are certain lines where it seems kind of wrong, like if the government forced a diet upon you, like and made that law, but they're putting in guidelines and they're... Like, I think the rules around advertising is really fair. Like, the government shouldn't have the freedom to tell you what to do, right? Well, we should also realise that advertising is an influencing force trying to get you to do something as well. So regulating it makes total sense, right? You know, there are things like car seat belts being illegal not to have, and, you know, not allowed to advertise smoking and cigarettes anymore. Because, why? Because, you know, we realise we need this. If you let cigarette companies advertise, more people will die. Now, as we get more things right in society, we tend to focus in on, let's say, the more ambiguous and narrow of margins, right? Like, now we can look at people's food decisions and realise what you eat over your lifetime has an influence on when you might die or not. And then the government gets involved in that. It's a really tricky bunch of variables, I guess. But I think the government getting involved by setting out guidelines, changing advertising regulation, this is the way to do it. You know, making people aware that their diet is really important for their health. Educating as well would be a big part of it. X, do you think alcohol ads should be treated the same as smoking ads? Personally, absolutely. I make no secret of it that I have a very coloured opinion of drinking culture and drinking. I really dislike it. I find it kind of crazy, like how indoctrinated into culture drinking culture is. Just like this totally accepted normality of altering your state of conscious, and you know, like of all the ways you can alter your state of consciousness, alcohol is a pretty rowdy and destructive way to do that. Not everyone's a violent drunk or anything, but a lot of people are. Like, there's a big percentage of people that do ridiculous things when they're drunk. Me being one of them. Like, that's why I don't drink, okay? Because of all the stupid stuff I did. But there's a whole culture of acceptance around drinking. It's totally normal, and like, and it's also, a lot of drinking is very habitual, at least the way I observe it. Like regular drinking, which is, you know, a step away from addiction, seems to be incredibly common. And so I have a very coloured and distasteful opinion of drinking and alcohol. I really don't like it and how it is a big part of society. But, you know, like, I'm also not saying, I'm not telling anyone they should, like, drink or not. I'm just trying to make it clear, hey, that's just how I feel, right? I mean, I would probably love to see the government put in some big steps to reduce the amount of alcohol consumption for the sake of people's physical and mental health, but you know, what kind of kickback is that going to get? You take people's alcohol away, and can you imagine they go mad? I certainly know a lot of people that drink, and one of the common things about people who drink regularly is that they are probably further along being an addict than they realise, or would know. Of course, it's normalised. Life sucks and drinking can make it suck a little less, says Crystal. Yeah, I'm not sure that it does make it suck a little less, though. I think it just distracts you from what sucks. Also, saying like life sucks, I mean, that can be an attitude you can have. I don't think life sucks. I think you can end up in bad places, and times can be difficult and tough, but overall I think, you know, life's an incredible thing. It's a gift to have life. And it has its struggles, its ups and downs, but yeah, that just general like life sucks full stop is not particularly productive. There is a big difference between enjoying a drink and getting drunk, says Parax. There is, yeah. Okay, so here in the UK, let's talk about that difference, right? Getting drunk is a part of our culture, okay? It's not like if I speak in terms of majorities and not, it's about perception. I don't have statistical data here, but I think anyone from the UK could reasonably agree that there is probably let's say a sizable portion of the drinking culture that is about getting drunk, that is about getting off your face, as they might say, or getting on the razz. Like, it is a really big part of the culture here to drink yourself to, you know, a place where you don't make normal decisions, right? That's a big part of the culture here. It might be different in different countries. You know, that's how culture works. Different kind of practices, different ways of treating stuff. I know in some European countries it's very common to drink early in the day, but that's because people there don't drink all day long. You know, they'll have a drink with a meal, and they'll probably have a handle on it. Over here in the UK, it's really different. It's about getting off your face, and a big sizable portion is into that. And I know from my own experiences and from observing that when you participate in that culture, you're pretty much an addict. If you want to admit it to yourself or not, I think a large portion of the people that participate in this culture you could classify as being addicted. And they probably wouldn't admit it, but, you know, no one wants to be told they're an addict, right? But it's a very tricky thing to put into words, what addiction is, because when you're in the middle of it, you can't see it, you can't admit it, you can't, you know. but you also can't go without your drink. Man, I remember, I don't like to talk about it very much, but you know, to emphasize my point, looking back at my own behavior, like not having access to alcohol would ruin my weekend. That is problematic, that not having access to drinking puts you in a bad mood, right? And I'll see that happen to other people as well, like, and it will just remind me of what that was like for myself. That's why I guess I say it like that. By the way, I haven't read noises in here for ages, jeez. Benjamin's Turkey, thank you for gifting a sub to Lenix71 Thor, Power Prism 1318 with a subscription, Pyroburnium gifting a sub, sorry, just subscribing for 25 months, Benjamin's Turkey gifting a sub to the Grim Reaper, and also to Basque AU. Thank you for supporting our community, Benjamin. Sweet Dreams to you has subscribed, and Leonus0 is here at Cheers and Bits saying, I have to say, I'm very glad you have this opinion since I know very little people that think so too. I hate how people act like it's the only way to have fun, and if you don't drink, you're boring. Also, personally knowing people that have a problem with addiction, I wish people would be more careful with it. Yeah, a couple of points there. Thank you for the cheers and bits, by the way. You know, people treating you like you're boring. I know that. Being the boring one because I don't drink anymore. Like, I just, you know, how can I say it? How can I say this? Like, I know who I am. I know why I do what I do. And if people want to say, you know, you're boring because you don't drink or whatever, like, I just let that one go. Just let go of it, because it's kind of like, if you think you need substance to enjoy yourself, that's a problem, but it's so hard to explain it to people with that attitude. I have far more enjoyment, I think, these days over things. I treasure my time so much more being sober than I ever did when I was intoxicated. And of course, I've had good times when I was intoxicated with friends, you know, great memories and whatnot, but also a lot of distress and discomfort that came with that, and bad times and bad memories. And being sober is just having control over yourself and having control over your thoughts and feelings, and I have fun, I have a good time, I enjoy life. It's ridiculous to assume that you're going to be boring just because you don't drink, but what underpins that is that people do wild stuff when they're drunk, right? Which you don't do when you're sober, and that's probably where it comes from. Like, the risks that you'll take, the stupid things that you're doing. A lot of the time you end up getting away with them, and sometimes you don't. But yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from with that. It's difficult, but what I would say is just know yourself, right? Know yourself, because the people that then also know you won't say that to you, right? But if you bow to the pressure, then you'll just be caught in their trap. Uzist is here subscribing. Thank you, Uzist. Appreciate it. By the way, we've got to hand over the thing to Joe in a few minutes, which means I've got to get back. I really wish I'd have got a bit more terracotta out of this. I think we've got like 5 minutes before we need to head back. So we can keep the talk on the topic if you like. I made a decision to stop drinking about a year ago, and I still get offered drinks by friends, and I feel sort of pressured, almost even though they know I don't drink at all. Haribo, maybe just, I don't know if you do this already, maybe just politely ask them not to offer you drinks anymore, and hopefully they can be supportive and understand. And if they're not, just remember that the culture is like indoctrinating. Like, don't put it on a friend. Don't think of them badly because they don't understand you or listen to you. Like, it's part of the culture, really. But yeah, for me, my friends don't do that to me. Like, it's been so long now that, like, I think everyone just totally gets that I just will not drink. I also believe I'm incredibly resolute about it. Like, I don't feel tempted in the slightest where I am at. Like, I even have dreams that are nightmares about drinking and smoking again and all that. Every now and then I'll have one and I'll wake up and I'll be like, no! And then after a while I'm like, oh wait a minute, that's a dream. Oh, thank goodness. But when I first quit, it was a gradual process to get away from it. But I think I kind of knew it had to be permanent at one point or another. Like with addiction and with struggles in life and trying to better yourself, one of the things you have to learn at one point is that like there isn't this place you're trying to get to, right? You're not gonna be okay again one day. You're always gonna be fighting that fight. And that, I think, once you realize that, it helps you be very resolute in realizing that it's like permanent damage. You've just got to not do this anymore, because you'll end up where you once were again. And if you can accept that and take that in, then that becomes a strength, because then you realize it's always a struggle. And in a weird way, that lets you accept, okay, you can't do that anymore. You're over it. Like, you're past it. That's what it was like for me, realizing that there wasn't a day I was going to drink again. And then that was like, from that point, I say it got easier, but it just like, you just realized that, hey, you can't do that. I think the main thing is making sure you're self-aware when you drink and knowing when you've had too much, as Rebs. Maybe, like I've been trying to point out, I have a very coloured view of this, and I look at the culture around me as being very close to like addiction for a lot of people. So, you know, the whole knowing your limits and have it's one of those things like, yeah, maybe, but you will also hear that language and thinking from people who don't know their limits. So it's a tricky one. It's a really tricky one. Like, I know people that drink that I could definitely put into the category of like not being anywhere near addiction or alcohol, but like the frequency they drink at is like phenomenally low, like once a month or something, you know? You'd literally have to give them a drink before they'd think of having one themselves. But anyway. Where are we at? Oh, I've got to get moving. We've got to get over to Joe. Okay, IWTB3 has subscribed. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. It's appreciated. Let's chuck that in there. Grab this. Grab that. Grab the beacon. That's important. I'll tidy up my inventory at another time. We gotta move. Hey, we tore out like a big chunk of land here. I love how there's just like little iron beacons left behind as well. That's hilarious. I agree with what you're saying. About 3 years ago, I had a relationship breakdown and turned to alcohol. About 6 to 9 months later, I woke up and asked myself what I was doing with my life. I've been sober now for 2.5 years-ish. Getting my friends used to was difficult because of what they knew me for. I'm glad those times are behind me. Eldhell, I'm glad you turned it around, man. Keep on that path. Keep going in that direction. Okay. Oh. That's different from what I expected. This might be risky-ish. This portal technically shouldn't be here. The fact that I can fly through it is good. Jeez! Jeez Louise! Wait, which way did I come from? I must have come from here, because then all of a sudden there was obsidian. So... oh, which way to 0? This way is towards 0, so we'll go this way. Oh! What was that? I don't know. I'm going to walk now. King S. Never been into drinking, never had an addiction. You should be able to have fun without alcohol. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, you should definitely be able to have fun without alcohol. You can have fun. I have fun all the time without alcohol, you know? We've got a donation here, noise in here from Rainbow's LOL, saying, don't get to catch you very much live due to time zone. New Zealand. Love listening to the talks discussion you start and your very measured points of view on things. Big up. Big up! Thank you, Rainbow's Child, for the donation and the lovely message there. Appreciate it. X, do you use alcohol in cooking? Morona, I do actually, yeah. Very, very infrequently, I put a little bit of cooking wine in. That's about the only time I'll consume alcohol. Or at Christmas we have brandy, although I usually ask for it without brandy. But sometimes we have brandy butter. So I do technically consume a tiny amount here and there. But I even avoid like, you know, a small celebratory drink. Like just, no, not for me. Not a drop if I can. Hey, Joe got the map for me. Awesome. Thank you, Joe. I needed this. I needed this very much. Okay, Joe now has the book, which means that Joe is taking over the rest of the live stream weekend. If you want to see the full schedule, you can go to livestream.hermitcraft.com and you can see it over there. Right now, though, I need you to hit the follow button. I need to thank all of my patrons for their support. I need to thank all the people who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. And, yeah, thank you all for tuning in today. So yeah, hit that follow button, and now, there it is, you can hit the raid, the Riggedy Raid button. Okay, yeah, you can hit it. Awesome. Click that button. See you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.